Welcome back to the Redonkulous Gaming channel. You've got Redonk, and today we've got an awesome interview with Lienzo and Mulaka, which is really storytelling at its finest. Mexico is not known to be a powerhouse indie gaming development country. In fact, if you were to take a moment to try to come up with 5 games that have been developed by studios located in Mexico, you may be challenged to recall even 1 or 2. Lienzo, out of Chihuahua, Mexico, may change all of that. This game makes me wish that I had paid a little bit more attention in high school when I went to Spanish class. Unfortunately, my accent and pronunciation is going to be way off just because I am terrible at foreign languages, but I will also be making a lot of cultural references in the context of this interview, so please forgive me ahead of time. Mulaka is expected for release early this year. Although the release date has not yet been confirmed, gamers all over the world are gearing up for release of Mulaka, specifically Nintendo Switch players. We were fortunate enough to speak with Adolfo at Lienzo, who is in charge of PR, marketing, and publishing. He's a passionate gamer who has taken that passion to try to push the industry forward, specifically in Mexico. Lienzo was founded in 2012 as a safe space for creativity. The goal was to create a studio to maximize the creative abilities of a select few. Currently, Lienzo is a team of 8 full-time workers and 1 intern. They also work with freelancers on sound and music, as most indie studios do. Adolfo worked on Lienzo's previous project, Hunter's Legacy, and managed to get the game published on Steam, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. He also collaborates on the podcast for Mexican YouTube channel Cultura VJ. However, with Mulaka being so close to release, a majority of his time and focus is there. So what is Mulaka? Mulaka is an action-adventure title set in northern Mexico during the pre-colonization era. You take the role of a sukuruame, which is the equivalent to a shaman in the Terra Humera lore. You're tasked with preventing the 4th destruction of the world that is looming. You travel to exotic locations in the region while looking for demigods to gain their trust and save humanity. As you progress through your journey, Mulaka will learn to transform to different mythological creatures like the royal woodpecker and a bear. These divine transformations give you access to new areas, allowing you to progress and find hidden collectibles and assist you in combat. So what can we expect from the game? Mulaka is an action-adventure title first, but everything is closely tied to an underlying story, and all actions look to advance that story in a meaningful way. Essentially, Mulaka is storytelling at its finest. The stories and legends are based on the Terra Humera indigenous people from northern Mexico. Players will dive into some of the most gorgeous locations of the region while engaging in combat and solving puzzles. The end result? A Zelda-like adventure based on the culture and mythologies of northern Mexico. The story of Mulaka is based on real legends from these people. Lienzo expects players to be surprised at some of the impressive creatures that they'll battle. According to Adolfo, no action-adventure title tells a story like this. Every single element in the game is based on real mythology, from the settings to the enemies and even small details like the HUD. While combat is melee focused through Mulaka's spear, the use of potions and transformations allow you to mix it up a bit if you're in trouble or if you want to finish enemies with style. You can attack enemies and mix weak and strong attacks to create combos, and you can also throw bombs that you craft and enhance your abilities through magic. Combat is set within the open-world environment, so it is not turn-based. Further empowering the character of Mulaka through magic, transformation, and crafted items is a big part of combat. Essentially, if you're in the need of a different kind of story and a 3D action game where there's lots of exploration and combat, this is your thing. But it wasn't always all rainbows and sunshine for Lienzo, the creators of Mulaka. Adolfo shared the following on challenges Lienzo faced in creating Mulaka. The first big challenge was to get the funding for the game. We live in a region where game development, especially on this scale, and for consoles, wasn't even conceivable. We had to overcome some cultural challenges and educate people with investment power about the size of this industry, its demographic, and the potential for growth. Then, building a 3D action game with no previous practical knowledge nor formal education about game design was quite an undertaking, but we definitely enjoyed the challenge. It took Lienzo over a year to find funding for the game. Full-time production began in earnest January of 2016. Mulaka will be released soon on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. A formal announcement date has not yet been confirmed as of the creation of this video, but the Lienzo team has stated it will be early in 2018. While the game is being released on all major consoles, the Nintendo Switch gaming community seems to be a little more eager for Mulaka. The portability of the Switch is a great thing for indie games, but features like the HD Rumble and Gyroscope help Lienzo create some cool features that will not be available on other platforms. For those eager to get a jump on Mulaka and get immersed in the culture, the soundtrack can be found on SoundCloud. The link can be found in the description below. A lot of the music was recorded using authentic Terra Humera instruments. We will be tracking the progress of Mulaka and will include a full review once the game is made available. Did you enjoy our video? If so, make sure you subscribe to our channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter @RedonkGaming, and visit www.redonkulousgaming.com for more content like this.